a szó.
Hello, everybody. Let me share with my presentation. Okay, here we are. So, hello, everybody. I'm glad to be here. It would be better to be there in person, but unfortunately, due to the persisting pandemic situation.
Carolina,
yes?
Can you hear me? Please put
yes?
it on full screen with Control L.
Okay, just a second. It's not working, Control L.
If you push the Control button and L.
Yes, but it's not working.
Ah, okay, then it should be in
Can you
full
see
screen.
it?
Okay, if you cannot make it full screen, just leave it like this.
But can you see it or like this?
Yeah, I'm still waiting. It looks fine. Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, so I should restart. So let's restart. Let me go to the slide. I would like to start with an overview of these 2 years, because 2020 was indeed a challenging year, but let me say that 2021 was, for a certain point of view, even worse. I guess for everyone, for every actor in the logistic chain. The unpredictable pandemic situation has been accompanied by the evergreen accident first, then the global lack of empty containers, the increase of ocean freight, and last but not least, the vessels delays. Here in the Adriatic ports, we were used to have really punctual services, especially as far as it concerned the ocean services. During 2021, we used to work with an unpredictable schedule. Because vessels are not anymore punctual as in the past, and this is depending mainly of the situation, the pandemic situation in the Far East and the congestion of Far East ports. And this new scenario brought us new challenges in terms of organization. Basically, what was perfectly planned before now need to be revised, let me say, if not on daily basis, almost, which means how many gangs to call on the vessel part, but also how to proceed with the rail connection, when to order the trains, and so to revise our plan on daily basis, basically. Having a look to the volumes, the trend at TMT was not bad on vessel point of view. In the first quarter, we did more compared to 2020. We faced a drop in the second quarter, and this was mainly due to the Ever Given accident. So mainly on, let's say, on April, the effects. On the third quarter, we recovered, and then we faced a further drop in the fourth quarter. During these last 2 months, so October and November, we faced two main events, let's say. In November, the volumes globally dropped. So import and export volumes, we received less. And we saw already that in December, the trend is increasing, so we are recovering. And in October, it was mainly the drop was mainly due to the introduction by the Italian government of the Green Pass regulation. As you probably know, since the 15th of October in Italy, for every worker is mandatory to exhibit a valid green pass at a working place. This was not welcomed by all the Italians, so we faced for some days protests all around Italy, but finally the situation was luckily solved, and now everyone is let's say accepting more or less these regulations. So we are optimistic for the future, let's say. On the rail point of view, let's say that it was even better, because we saw a growth in all the previous months of this year, and we faced only a drop in the last 2 months, parallel with the drop at the terminal. So the reasons are the very same: the introduction of the Green Pass regulations and the decrease of the volumes in November. But what is now the situation, let's say, in terms of opportunities in Trieste? So in our terminal and outside our terminal. Let's talk about capacity, because this is really what we want to underline to our customers. In 2020, we performed at the terminal less than 700,000 TEUs, and the capacity is now 900,000 TEUs. Also, on the rail point of view, the capacity we have inside the terminal is 70,000 trains per year, and we are currently performing the half of our capacity, which means that from tomorrow we can accept additional cargo on yard point of view and also on rail side without creating any issue and any congestion to our terminal. An important thing is that this situation is not only, this is the situation not only inside the terminal, the container terminal, but also outside. So the infrastructure outside the terminal, which means the port station and the shunting area of the port, Pier 7 is our terminal, container terminal. The shunting area can accept additional trains without creating congestion to the trains that are now performed. The capacity, thanks to some works completed this year, is now of 17,000 trains per year, which the utilization in 2020 was 8,000. And thanks to the second step of the upgrading program of the Port Authority, this capacity will be of 25,000 trains per year within 2025. This means that if you bring cargo to the terminal can handle it, but also the infrastructure outside can support the terminal with additional trains. Within 2025, the plan is also in this upgrading program, the plan is also to have a dedicated line to the container terminal, to the shunting area, which means that the gate in and gate out of the trains procedure will be faster and faster. As far as TMT is concerned, in the last years, we proceed with some investments focused mainly to the optimization of the available space we have. which means that let's say to upgrade the yard cranes, the improvement and renewal of terminal equipment, and also the upgrade of our terminal system. Then in next year, in 2022, the works for the pier extension will start. So this will lead to additional space at our terminal. Intermodal network is something that is changing year by year. Hungary is still our first market, but starting from last year, we started to focus more and more to Austrian market, and last year we started a direct service to Linz and Vienna, which was doubled during 2021. We also, let's say, work on our Salzburg direct train, which was now passed to 2 trains per week. And we focus also on the German market, where we have our Munich connection, that is a historical connection of the container terminal of Trieste. And in the last months, we opened a new service to Ludwigshafen, which has currently only 1 train per week, but will be doubled in the next months. And we added also a connection to Nuremberg through Munich. So a connection once per week, which we hope will become a direct train in the next months. We focused also on the Italian market, which is quite not new, but strange for us, because even if we are an Italian port, we are on the border. So we have more, let's say, connections to other countries compared to Italy. But in the last years, we focused also on the Italian market. And during 2020, a Trieste-Padova train was opened. During 2021, it was consolidated. It was opened also a train to Milano, and recently we opened a new connection to Pordenone to serve, let's say, the area around Trieste. Since 2016, the percentage of the cargo transported by rail compared to the one transported by truck has been increased a lot, and this is thanks to our customers that decided to, let's say, to invest and bring the cargo via Trieste, and we are confident that in 2021 this percentage will further grow. If we have a look to the Budapest train volumes, it's not a secret. During 2020, we suffered a drop of the volumes due to the COVID situation. This drop was partially recovered during this year. So we are confident that we will go back to the volumes we performed in 2019, which was really a really good year for our terminal and for the Budapest train. Also here you can see a drop of the volumes during the last 2 months. I don't want to repeat again. This is let's say a result of less import and export, mainly import, to be honest, and also the introduction of the Green Pass. Till now, Let's say that, okay, we performed more than 300 direct trains, round-trip trains till November to Budapest. The effective transit time from Trieste Marine Terminal to Mahart in import is 21 hours and in export is 26 hours. We are still serving, our trains are still arriving to Mahart container centers, and also in 2022 and next year we will be there. And what is important for me to underline, which is I think interesting for our customers, is that from vessel discharge at TMT, which means that when your container is in yard at TMT, you will have your container in Budapest in maximum 5 days. So statistics show us that in maximum 2 days, the priority cargo is reaching Budapest. And in maximum 5 days, all the remaining cargo discharged from a vessel is reaching Mahart. This is really a key point we want to maintain, even if sometimes it's not easy, because as I mentioned before, with vessel schedule that is changing every week, we had to replan all the trains to be connected to the vessel. But this is something we want to maintain, because for us is important that your cargo is reaching Budapest as fast as we can. I talked about this also last year, about the project cargo at TMT. This is indeed an ascending trend at our terminal. And especially this year, we restarted last year, let's say, to move more and more break bulk cargo at the terminal to be loaded on container vessel. But we faced also, for the economical situation all around the world and the cost of renting a vessel for the customers, that more and more customers prefer to ship on container ship instead of on bulk ships. This was clear for us when we received and gained an important shipment this year of 4 engines of 160 tons each. So to be loaded on the same vessel, and this was a record in Italy for the cargo loaded on a container ship here in Italy. This is indeed an increase and interesting sector, let's say, for us, even if containers are still our main field, but we opened also to this sector. I finished, and I hope to see you when it will be possible here in Trieste, or maybe in Budapest. I really hope to have the chance to come there in next year. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carolina. Azért öröm látni, hogy a konténerlogisztikában még van, ahol van kapacitás, de mindjárt találunk majd olyan pontokat is,